Good evening, readers. It's Tilly here from Tilly's Shelf, and I'm back for the first time in 2022 for a very short announcement slash general cheerleading video for Sagalong. So Sagalong is a read-along that happens every year where we read Icelandic sagas and generally improve our knowledge and understanding of the saga genre and medieval Iceland. And the last few years I've hosted, but I haven't actually managed to finish reading the saga, although I have very much enjoyed the saga reading process. So this year, given my general lack of booktubiness and also poor showing as a host on previous years, I'm just here as a general supporter of Sagalong, and I'm going to join in with reading as well. So the saga that we've decided to read this year is, I'm going to say Egil's Saga, because that's how I read it, but you could sort of say Egil or Egil's Saga, I think would be a more accurate pronunciation. I don't have my copy just yet, but that's E-G-I-L, Egil's Saga. And in terms of the genre of saga that is, I believe it's another sort of family saga, and we've read quite a few of the family type of saga, and they seem to be really enjoyable. So last year we read Njál's Saga, and the year before we read the Saga of the People of Laxidel, and then I think the year before we did a kind of like general pick your own saga, and I read the Saga of the Volsungs, which I think remains my favourite saga so far, apart from the first part of, there's parts of Njál's Saga that I really, really loved, but the Saga of the Volsungs has got, for me, I had like some more interesting features, and it's a nice short one, so I actually managed to finish it. So talking about sagas in general then, or actually no, I'll start by talking about Sagalong itself. So the actual hosts, I believe, are going to be kind of led by Elena Macredina, although she says that she's not the leader. She claimed, no, I'm not leading, but she's the kind of the mastermind of the whole idea. Then we've got Mark Richardson, Lucas Sotela, Elizabeth Bakken, Jack V, Scott Danielson, Scott and Becky Bryant, Sean Standfast, and query Steve Donahue. He does this. He says that, well, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't like talk about whether he's joining in, but the last couple of years I think he's kind of swept in at the last minute and joined in as well. So yes, I know I should be saying all of those people's channel names, but I have actually left this until 15 minutes before I need to go to work because I'm on night shifts at the moment and I did not prepare very well. So I will tomorrow put links in the description for everybody, or you can just try searching Sagalong or Sagalong 2022 to bring up those videos. They should all be coming out at 7 p.m. British time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So talking about like what is a saga and what are sagas for? What are they? So they are works of Icelandic literature. Basically, there are roughly 40 of them, more or less, and they are prose narratives about medieval Iceland. So a saga means both a history and a story, and they just work around Icelandic characters and events, normally from within the years 850 AD to 1050 AD, and they were part of a very strong oral storytelling tradition, or they're thought to be from a very strong oral storytelling tradition, and then from the moment that Icelanders began to be able to write things down, they started to write down these sagas and create very detailed records of themselves and their history. So manuscripts in fragments start appearing from the 13th century, and then you get like full-on calfskin manuscripts of the different sagas coming up in the next couple of centuries as well. So they were written down at a time of quite a lot of change in Icelandic history, when the Christianity was being established. There was also an increasing interference or level of involvement from Norway, who then took control of Iceland in 1256. So part of these saga writing exercises was about sort of affirming a family identity for the families that had their own sagas and a national identity for the country of Iceland. And what they do for us as readers now is they consistently offer a very clear and very intricate picture of the legal and social systems of Iceland in that period, and that presentation is thought to be quite accurate, even if the times and dates of the actual events listed are not quite entirely true. There is fairly good evidence that at least some events and at least some characters were real. but the sagas have been changed. They've been changed by that oral storytelling. They've been changed by potentially individual authors to give them narrative structure, to give them sort of more compelling moments, to change like the tension and things. So what you get is like it's like the legend idea, like where something happened, something really did happen, and then it's just been embellished and over time. So that makes for a really lovely read, because you feel like you're getting this little bit of history, but there's also, like, classically Njarl's Saga brings in a bit of witchcraft and stuff, and you know that part's maybe not quite so accurate. I don't know, maybe they did have witches in medieval Iceland. One thing that I found participating in Sagalong since it started out is that the more sagas you read, the better they get and the more you enjoy them. So they can at first seem maybe sparse compared to what we expect from modern narratives, and there is a focus on sort of genealogy or family members, and it's different. It's a very different style to a modern book, as it would be, because it's from like such a long time ago, but there's a great kind of interaction between the sagas. Their characters sort of overlap, so you might meet someone as a passing character in one saga, and then they come on as as having a starring role in another one. So you get this increasing sense of reward. It's like the Marvel universe for Icelandic legend, and yeah, and then you come to really appreciate the brevity of the style, and how it kind of, if something doesn't need to be told, it's not told. It just moves on to the next big event, and yeah, that's generally a little bit of my thoughts on sagas, with heavy guidance from some of the introductions to the previous saga copies that I've got. What else did I want to say? Oh, there's different categories of sagas. Did I say that already? So this, I think this is a family saga, Egil's Saga. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of the best known sagas. One of the reasons that we chose it was it's one that a lot of us have either like want to read or want to revisit, and it's very, very accessible as sagas go. I think it's available in free translations online if you wanted to join in that way. I'm probably going to buy another Penguin Classics because they've served me well for sagas so far. I really like the notes that they provide, and yeah, it's one that people tend to have heard of, so it's a good one to go with. Yeah, and thank you very much for watching, and I feel like I had some more to say, but I can't remember it. So take care, and yeah, that's why I had some more to say. When are we actually doing this? So it's going to be in April, and we're going to be posting videos on the Saturday, Sunday of every week. So either Saturday or Sunday, we're just going to kind of go with the flow. And I hope that's accurate. I'm now questioning myself as to whether it was April. If I'm wrong, I do apologise, and I will put it in the description. But anyway, I'm sure the people who are actually hosting will be a bit more accurate. Yeah, thank you for watching, and enjoy, and I hope you join us for Sagalong.